welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, my name is Melony, and today I wanted to talk to you about my experience now that I have completed 1 year on the ketogenic diet. So, just a little background, I have videos here on my channel dating back probably 4 or 5 years where you guys have watched me try multiple different ways of eating. I have done Trim Healthy Mama, I have done the Beachbody, the 21-day fix kind of plan. I've done Whole30, that was interesting. I did try paleo for a little while. I don't know that I really shared my experience with paleo with anyone because it was a very, very short-lived experiment, but I have done paleo. So what I have been doing for the past year is keto, and I wanted to share a little bit about that with you and just kind of share my experience, my thoughts, my results, and whether or not I think that I will continue to eat a ketogenic diet moving forward. So the majority of you, if you're watching this video, are pretty familiar with keto. Otherwise, there's very little chance you would have actually opened this video. So I won't go into a whole lot of detail. I will just tell you that I started keto. I tried keto. I did like a little 3-week experiment during the spring of 2019, and I really enjoyed it. It made me feel pretty good, but something happened, and off the top of my head, I don't really remember what happened, but it kind of made it so that I basically quit keto. I did it for 3 weeks. My husband did it with me for that 3-week period, and then we both quit keto. But to be honest with you, I loved it. It felt like what I had been looking for all along. And so on July 1st of 2019, I started my official keto journey. So I started that very first month. I was super strict keto. I filmed quite a bit of it for you guys. I think I filmed I'm pretty sure I did the first 3 weeks, maybe the first 4, and just kind of shared my experience, my thoughts, how it was going, my meals, and so forth. And I just fell in love. I really did. It was amazing, and it made me feel great. And I continued eating keto August, September, and October, and then November hit. And I just decided, you know what? I need a break. And so I'm not going to say I went off the deep end because I really didn't, but the truth is if you're not keeping your carbs below a certain number and keeping your body in ketosis, then you can't really say that you're eating a keto diet. At that point, it becomes just more low carb. So in November and December of last year, I transitioned from keto into just more low carb. And I'll just be honest with you guys and tell you during that time period, I was not eating a lot of bread or pasta or rice or anything like that, but I was eating my weight in sugar. It was a lot. That's the hardest time of year for me, you guys. I don't know if it's just me, but the holidays, Halloween, not so much. I can totally make it through Halloween. But when the fall treats and the Christmas treats and the cookies and everything hit the shelves in about mid-October and start really becoming more prominent in November, I start struggling. And so I just wanted to be able to enjoy all the things that I love. And so when I say all the things, I mean pretty much cookies. That's what I really wanted to enjoy. So while I didn't go crazy with eating all the carbs, I ate a lot more sugar than any person who's claiming to be eating a ketogenic diet can eat. So November and December, I was not keto. I was definitely more just low carb, decent amount of sugar. And I will say, honestly, I didn't see a significant amount of weight gain during that time. When I started my ketogenic diet, or my ketogenic lifestyle rather, on July 1st of last year, I weighed myself, and let me just tell you that if you disapprove of people sharing their weight, or if you're triggered by it, then you might want to fast forward this part, because I see it just as a number, just one additional tool for me to use to gauge how I'm doing, how healthy I am, so forth and so on. I don't believe that the number on the scale defines who I am. because I know that I can weigh this scale can have the same number on it as someone who is a lot shorter than me, and they may look as though they're carrying a lot more weight than I am, and someone who's a lot taller than me would look like they need to gain weight and have the scale be the exact same thing. I do not think that the scale is the end all be all when it comes to what we should be paying attention to. But for reference, I'm going to share with you, I'm also going to be sharing with you some before and after pictures, and I'll say something about those here in just a minute. But on July 1st, 2019, I weighed myself. I was 170 pounds. Again, for reference, I am about 5'8", and so I'm not really short. I'm not over 6 foot either. I'm on the tall-ish side of average for a woman, in my opinion. And I always, probably since about college, I remember that I have always carried a little bit more muscle. I tend to have a slightly more muscular build. I don't tend to be really willowy. I'm more muscular. I have a more athletic build. So there you go. 170 pounds on July 1st. I started losing weight, and I had made it down to probably about, I don't remember my exact weight at the end of the year. I don't remember, and I don't want to make up a number trying to take a stab in the dark. I really don't remember. But I do know that I had lost some weight, and I did not gain a significant amount of weight during November and December because I was still trying to watch what I was eating. I was just enjoying treats. So January 1st, I decided to pick keto back up again, and so that's what I did. And I was fairly strict keto. And then, let's see, then the pandemic hit. And I think, just like most people, I started feeling the stress of things, and I just decided, you know what, I need another break. I need another break from keto. So I took a short little break, and can I just clarify and tell you guys that if I say I took a break from keto, that means, and this is completely honest, that I allowed myself to eat chips and salsa. Or like, that I still don't eat pasta. I don't eat rice. And I allowed myself to eat French fries. Those are the two main things. So if I say I took a break from keto, it pretty much means that I allowed myself to eat chips and French fries. Those are two of my I love them. They're two of my favorite things. So I don't eat really bread. I don't eat pasta. I don't really eat rice. And that hasn't changed. So I think that's another one of the reasons that I was able to keep my weight kind of low, is because when I say I took a break and I was doing more low carb, I wasn't going crazy. I was allowing myself to eat a couple more things that I normally don't eat on keto, but they're things that I love and I really wanted. So I took another break, ate the chips and salsa, ate the French fries, loved every minute of it. And so July 1st rolls around again this year, which was just about a week ago at this point. And I decided that I want to, I just decided I needed to get to a point where I was going to decide, do I want to continue eating a ketogenic diet, or do I want to do more low carb? I definitely do not ever want to go back to eating anything other than one of those two, because carbs, quite honestly, and when I say carbs, I mean bread and pasta, rice to a certain degree, they don't make me feel good. They just do not make me feel, they upset my stomach, and this was even pre-keto. They've never been the best thing for me. I'm not gluten sensitive, so I'm not talking about me not being able to handle the gluten in those things. I mean, they make me feel heavy. They make me have upset stomach issues, and they were just never the best for me. That's not to say I don't like them, because I do. I love sushi, rice. I love mashed potatoes. Oh my gosh, they're delicious. I can get down with some big old plate of homemade spaghetti. It's not that I don't like those things. It's that I know they don't make me feel like my best. And so I don't ever want to go back to a diet where I eat those things all the time. However, I will be honest with you and tell you I don't know that I will be strict keto for the rest of my life either. And I feel like now is a good part to tell you that I have never been what some people would consider strict keto, because I follow a dirty keto plan, meaning I will eat mayonnaise that has, soybean oil in it, Hellman's, and that I believe it also has sugar. I will eat store-bought dressings that have soybean oil in them. It's pretty minuscule. I eat dairy. I eat a lot of dairy. So I don't follow a clean keto diet, and I never have, because I didn't really need to. It just wasn't something that I felt like was necessary for me. And I have had great results eating the way that I do. So I also want to, before I tell you the weight that I've lost, I want to very briefly touch on exercise. I'm going to do a separate video kind of talking a little bit more about that. But I don't want to lead anyone to believe that exercise had nothing to do with my weight loss, because I just don't think that that's even a possibility. So I started going to the gym, or I got my gym membership on July 1st, same time I started keto a year ago. And I was going to the gym religiously 3 times a week or more up until my gym closed because of the pandemic. There was not a single week, whether it was a holiday or not, that I did not go to the gym. But when I would go to the gym, I was primarily, and when I say primarily, I mean completely, focused on weightlifting, because that's always been my thing. But I also knew that I'm kind of venturing over into that other category that I'm going to talk about, but I started running as well. It was not an easy thing to do. I'm going to do a whole dedicated video about that, but I did start running. And so for the past 3 months now, I've also been running. So I lift weights and I run. And those two things in conjunction with how I eat has been amazing for me. I feel like I'm now healthier than I've ever been in my entire life, including when I was my most active in college. My body fat percentage it's perfect. It's exactly where it needs to be. Now, that's not to say I don't still have fat to lose, because as you can see, I do still have some fat to lose. But my BMR is perfect. My body fat percentage is perfect. Like my muscle mass, I'm exactly where I want to be. So I'm putting on muscle, I'm burning fat, I'm toning my body. I feel amazing. My energy level, for the most part, is through the roof most days. And so I genuinely don't feel like I need to continue any other way of eating. All right, you guys. So as I'm sitting editing this video, I'm realizing that I don't think I ever actually got around to telling you what my current weight is. And I did go back and look it up, so I wanted to let you know this as well. My weight on December 29th of 2019 was 153 pounds. So I had gone from 170 to 153 in basically the span of 6 months. Since that time, like I said, my weight kind of went back up a little bit. It's right now my weight is 155 pounds. And to be honest, I am super happy with that, because I don't know that I will really ever get too much lower than that and still maintain the muscle that I have put on. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't really care that much about what the scale says. I care about how I feel. I care about what I look like in my clothes. I care about whether or not I feel healthy. And what I was saying in the video just now is that this is the best I've ever felt in my life. So 155 pounds is perfectly fine with me. So let's go ahead and get back to the video. Sorry that I kind of went off on so many tangents that I forgot to fill you in on that. So to answer the question of will I do keto forever? Will I do keto long term? The answer is absolutely, at this point, yes. I don't know what's going to happen as I continue to age and my body continues to change. I may have needs that develop that I don't have now, and I don't really know. One thing I've definitely learned as I continue to age is that we go through seasons, and that's just to be expected. Right now, I know what works for my body is keto. And the only exception to that I will say is that I can almost guarantee you that at some point within a few months, maybe sooner, I don't know, I will probably take a break from keto and go back to more low carb. And again, that means I'll eat chips and french fries. But I'm not gonna, I don't go too crazy with all the other stuff. I don't need it, I don't miss it, yeah. So that is pretty much everything. I am going to pop in a couple of pictures here for you guys, but before I do that, please hear me. It is not easy to share pictures of myself in a bikini on the internet. I've done it before. It's very hard, but I want to be honest with you guys about my progress. And I know that for me, I am more drawn to a person's story if they share the transformation, if they share the before and after pictures. So I'm going to share two different pictures with you. I'm going to share one where it's a front view, and you can see basically the areas where I have slimmed down. Now, as I said, I still have fat that I need to lose. I still have more toning to do, but I am 40 years old. I have carried and delivered and am raising 4 children, and so I am very pleased with where my body is at this point. The second picture I'm going to show you is a side view, and again, I think that you can probably tell there's a difference in my body. I think I will go ahead and pop in one more picture here for you guys. I don't have a before picture to show you, but it is an after picture, the most recent picture, and it's one I'm sharing because quite honestly, I'm just really proud of it. I've worked very hard to gain some muscle in my back and in my shoulders. And so I am showing you this picture because when I had my husband take this picture and I saw it, it was very gratifying to me. I was so pleased to be able to actually start to see some muscle definition. And so I will share that one with you guys as well. I don't know that I will continue to do updates on my keto journey here on my channel, but I am happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you are someone who follows me specifically for keto information or my keto journey, great, thank you, I appreciate that. I know that I don't put up a lot of keto information here on my channel, but I probably will be putting in a little bit more moving forward. I do have some plans for my channel moving forward that I'm really excited about. So that's gonna be it, you guys. I don't know, I hope I covered everything I wanted to cover. I'll be honest and tell you this is the second time that I've filmed this, because the first time it was a rough day, and I think I just wasn't in a good headspace, and I had a really hard time articulating my thoughts, and I'm sure that this video was probably a little bit all over the place, but regardless, I wanted to share. I wanted to get this out for you guys. It's already been a week. I filmed the first one like almost a week ago. So I'm finally sitting down to do this one again for you. I'm actually going to edit it and try to get it up tomorrow on my channel. So hopefully that will work out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below this video. If you are brand new to my channel and you just happen to find me because you were searching for keto content, like I said, I will be putting up some more content here on my channel soon that pertains to my way of eating. I do have some other videos on my channel. Just search for keto, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you go. And that's gonna be it. I will be back with another video for you guys really soon, and until then, I hope that you are all doing very well and that you're very blessed. Bye bye.